Hello, and welcome back or to Saved by the Bellwork. I'm Mrs. Fowler.
I'm Caroline.
Jace.
Abby.
And today we are going to be talking about the Mandela Effect. If you don't know what the Mandela Effect, I'll tell you. According to Medical News Today, the Mandela Effect is a type of false memory that occurs when many different people incorrectly remember the same thing. It refers to a widespread false memory that Nelson Mandela, South African human rights activist and eventual president, died in prison in the 1980s.
So the Freddie Mercury song, We Are the Champions, many people thought that the ending of that song ended with of the world, as in they're champions of the world, but it really doesn't. It just ends with We Are the Champions.
So like, we are the champions, and then it just cuts out.
Oh. And I think we always add, of the world. I remember people do that.
Mm-hmm. Where does it say of the world in this song? But you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's got to be somewhere in there,
I can't think of where it would be, because never really listened to it.
Yeah, like you hear it at games and stuff, but
yeah,
you
don't listen to it.
I'll probably just have to listen to it at once, like, when
once
we
we're
go
done
home.
recording.
Yeah.
You're just like, Yeah.
You know, another one is the Flintstones. Everybody does not pronounce the T, but there is a T, because, you know, it's like the Flint Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's...
So we say like Flintstones, but it should be Flintstones. Flintstones. Okay, so for the next one, do you guys know what chartreuse is?
Never heard of it.
No, do you have any guesses?
It sounds like a red.
Yeah,
or
I'd
something.
say like a red, like maybe burgundy or something.
Yeah, so actually it's this like lime green color, and everyone thought it was pink, like kind of like you guys did, like a reddy pink.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where that comes from. It's really weird.
I don't... Maybe my brain goes to like champagne, like shark... I don't know.
Maybe.
That's why I
right.
thought.
That kind of makes sense.
Because it sounds too fancy for lime
Yeah.
green.
It doesn't
Way
fit.
too
It doesn't have the same like oomph, you know?
Yeah.
So, Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians, the de Vil is actually spelled Devil, and it doesn't have an LE after that.
So it's spelled like just devil, like the normal one.
Cruel
Yeah.
Devil.
Yeah, because I always knew it was like Cruel Devil, but I always thought it had the LE at the end because it has the Cruella, you know?
Uh-huh. The spelling of Febreze is also really weird because it's like they don't spell breeze right. It's aggravating. It's Febreze, no EE.
I will literally go on a rant about this as an English teacher because they do not spell it correctly.
And it doesn't make sense because they use breeze because it's like in the air. So it makes sense that they would spell breeze the same, but they don't.
It's like reoccurring themes with the brand. Oh, what's that one gas station that I can't stand the spelling of? Quick Trip with the K. Not
yeah.
the. I can't do the K U R.
That is weird.
W-I-C-K.
Quick trip, whatever. Okay. So now, you know the Monopoly man, like the guy on the Monopoly board, whatever. So he doesn't have a monocle, like at all. He has like his top hat and he has his cane and everything, but he doesn't have a monocle. Does anyone know what his like real name is? Because it's really funny. So it's Rich Uncle Pennybags.
What?
they just named him that. It's really funny to me. I don't know why they would do that.
You see all. I swear I've seen some drawings with the monocle or whatever you call it.
Yeah, like right. He's had a monocle before. I don't know why they'd put him without a monocle. It just makes so much sense with like his character and persona.
Well, isn't the peanut one? Doesn't he have a monocle?
I think so.
That's why they get them confused.
But I don't think that doesn't make sense to me either, because he's a peanut.
He's
And
just
also,
straight up
one's
peanut.
just about food, and the other's about a game board, and I don't see the correlation.
The Mona Lisa has a less pronounced smile than what many people thought. I actually don't think I've ever seen a picture of the Mona Lisa, so I can...
We had, like, art classes, and they would just hang it up there.
I don't really remember it fully. Like, I remember the basis, but I can't remember specific details. So.
Okay. Have you ever watched Mr. Peabody and Sherman? It goes, into deep explanation, and she just, oh, well, I guess nobody could see it, but, like,
Yeah.
barely smiles. Doesn't, like, well,
That was,
no,
like-
she doesn't smile at all.
She laughs and then it, like, settles
Yeah.
in, like, the movie.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite part of that movie. The, like, Leonardo da Vinci scenes.
Mhm.
They were great.
So, whiteout spelling. Can we talk about that?
We can.
Yeah. W-I-T-E. White.
That's how it's spelled?
It's like, yes, it's like right, or white, right with a lisp. White out.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense.
That it genuinely doesn't make sense, because it's like, you make it white again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird one.
It's just trying to be edgy. I think that's what it's trying to do.
It's trying to be different, but it's just annoying. Okay, so we all know Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yes.
And we all know he was in Titanic.
Yes.
Okay, so he didn't get an Academy Award for that, even though Titanic got, like, 11 Oscars. He was, like, the only person that participated in it who didn't get, like, an award for it. And he didn't get an Academy Award until 2016 with The Reverend. Whatever, that I've never heard of that.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't.
It's
And
like the lead.
we're playing, like, you know, The Heart Goes On, My Heart Will Go On, whatever,
Mhm.
like the love theme, whatever. We're playing that in orchestra, and every part of that movie was so good. He should have won.
Full disclaimer, I've never watched Titanic.
Okay,
Oh.
well, you didn't need to
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
I haven't finished it. I've like watched half of it.
Yeah, they're actually coming out with a remake of it.
They are?
Well, it's like
Like
a newer version. Maybe, I think it's like 3D or something, and they're putting it in IMAX like February or something. So I wanted to go watch it, but
Did you also know that their romance was not real? Like, that was never
Yeah,
on the Titanic.
it was all in Rose's head, right?
Well, no, what I'm saying is, like, that was never a story on the Titanic.
well, didn't
like,
everyone
oh.
die? Were there any survivors?
there were a few survivors, but...
Oh, I always
yeah.
thought everyone died.
The rich ones.
Oh, those rich guys.
The ones that...
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Looney Tunes. So, it's spelled with, I'm not even sure, like, do most people think it's Toones?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. See, I would have,
Did you know it was like normal tunes?
yeah, I don't know.
Like, they don't sing though. Okay. Anyways, but they like it's all cartoons though,
Oh, I completely
Yeah.
see you. Okay, I see what you mean now.
and it has like the LO and Looney,
Okay.
and so they thought it like was also in tunes.
The tunes. I kind of
Yeah.
forgot that tune was like a short for cartoon. So that's why I got
Yeah.
confused.
Okay.
So Jif peanut butter is Jif and not Jiffy. It's I honestly don't know. I can't remember Jif. That like I can see it either way.
I mean, I don't like peanut butter. I kind of despise it a little bit, but I do.
Got Danny over here with the peanut allergy.
But I always thought it was Jiffy. I thought Jif was just like a shortening.
I just thought, you know, I don't know what I thought, but I thought it was so big that I couldn't read the FY part most of the time, so I think that's where people get confused.
I didn't think about it that much. I kind of just despised it from a distance.
Oh, I love peanut butter. I can just like eat it.
Nasty.
With a spoon.
Yep.
100%.
Okay, so did any of you watch Curious George as like a kid?
Yes.
Okay, so he doesn't have a tail.
That's against
He's just
all
like-
biology.
He's just there. It's so weird. Why doesn't he have a tail? I hope in like one of the episodes he just like grew a tail and then started doing stuff. It's just like living with the tail. I think that'd be funny.
You know what's so sad? He can't like swing from tree to
He
tree with
can't
his
swing or like from like park bench to park bench or whatever. 'Cause
Yeah.
he lives in like a city.
Do they swing on their tails? Or
I
do
thought they hang from it, but they
hang
like
from it, but then they can
Oh,
like propel
from their tail,
themselves. I
okay.
think.
Oscar Mayer. The Meyer part is spelled Mayer and not Meyer.
So it's like Oscar Mayer.
Mhm.
Oscar Ma.
So how do we
Meyer.
pronounce it?
I don't know. Oscar Meyer.
You would think you would pronounce it mayor, but I feel like everyone says Meyer. And that's
Oscar
why,
Myers, yeah, Mayers.
and that's probably why people think there's not an A in there.
Yeah, because we just pronounce it entirely wrong. Are they like the like hot dogs?
I think so.
They're the bologna and hot dogs
Okay.
and
Mhm.
mustard.
Various
Like-
meats of different kinds.
Would have assumed it had an E. And Fruit Loops, the spelling on that really drives me insane because it's just F-R-O-O-T.
You don't like that?
No.
I love
think
that it's
it
like
goes
that.
well together because the
Yeah.
loops. I know it's not spelled correctly, and that drives me a little bit crazy. But the fruit goes with the spelling of loops really well, and I think that's like
Yeah, and they're like right above each other on the box, and it matches the shape of
Okay,
the cherry,
yeah.
the cereal.
And the
Yeah.
O's are the little Fruit Loops.
and
Okay.
it's cute.
I can put that
and
aside
it's
now.
quirky, like the pecan. Oh, you know the pecan redesign?
The what?
Toucan. He's a toucan. Oopsies. He got like redesigned into like this like 3D cartoon thing, and it was like it's really weird. And his beak's like a full rainbow, and it's really odd.
Yeah.
that is
downgrade.
interesting.
It's definitely a downgrade. Okay, so did any of you watch any Pokemon things or like know anything about Pikachu or whatever?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
the
So-
trading-
A lot of people thought he had like black on his tail, but he has no black on his tail at all. And it's actually because one of his like unevolved versions, I don't know the name, has like a entirely black tail, and then as he evolved, he like got rid of the black tail. But yeah, I think it's interesting that everyone just like merged that entirely in their minds.
For sure.
That would make sense though if it was all black and then all of a sudden it was all
Yeah.
yellow, and so their brains can't process that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Kit Kats, there's no dash in between kit and cat. It's just Kit Kat.
I actually knew that one, and I think if it had a hyphen, I would be upset because the T already looks like a hyphen,
Mm-hmm.
and having another hyphen in the middle would just be like a stack of hyphens, and it'd be ugly.
Yeah.
It just looks much cleaner.
Kit Kats were my favorite
They're so
chocolate before I became gluten-free, and now I can't have them.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, but they're so good.
They are. Cheez-Its only has one Z at the end of it. Isn't
So
that
it's just like cheese it.
Cheez-It? Yeah. But we always pronounce it Cheez-Its.
I mean, like
Plural.
Because you're not gonna say I'm gonna go eat cheese it.
Oh, yeah, that sounds bad.
Yeah, you have to.
So it's a Cheez-It.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of knew that it wasn't Z on the box, but you still say Cheez-Its
Yeah.
because you eat like more than one at a time.
So would you say, like,
I think I was always aware, but it should say Cheez-Its.
yeah, singular Cheez-It.
I think it should say Cheez-Its. I think it should be
Yeah.
like plural.
Mm.
But I think they made a mistake with that one.
Like Fruit Loops. It has an S.
Yeah. Okay. Similarly on this like same path. So Oreos, like double stuffed Oreos, the stuff only has one F.
Grammatically incorrect again.
And also, why?
To
They,
be
like-
edgy.
But in everyone else's stuff, they were like, oh, this has kind of something to do with what we're doing. But with double stuffed Oreos, that has nothing to do with them.
No.
They're just like, we don't want to put the extra F. That's so stupid. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
So in Star Wars, the scene where Vader goes, what everyone thinks as Luke, I'm your father, it's actually no, I am your father.
No, I am your father. Yeah, I mean,
Which would make sense, but I think we just made it to seem like it's Luke, I am your father.
yeah, I mean, because to use it in like normal speech as like a reference, you can't just say no, because you have to have the context of Luke.
Yes,
in
and I
there.
think that's why there was
Yeah.
no context before that.
But it like it had to be like no in the scene because like that's how it worked. But when we use it in everyday life, we have to add the Luke, so everyone got real confused.
For real. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? It's actually Magic Mirror.
I knew this one, and it still infuriates me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in every recreation we say mirror, mirror, and it sounds so much better. It's just
Yeah.
cleaner, repetition. It's great.
I'm a huge Snow White fan, so it aggravates me a lot.
You like Snow White?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I
Really?
don't like her personality, but I love the movie. There's a difference. I'm okay, Disney princess wise, Mulan is my favorite.
Yeah.
So
Or I
they're
like Tangled a lot.
polar opposites, but I do
Yeah.
like the movie.
Okay, so this one is absolutely insane to me. So a lot of people thought that there were 52 states, like, in the United States. There's obviously 50, but
Really?
an alarmingly large amount of people thought it was 52. And I have, like, two theories as to why this is. One is that they thought that, like, some territories were part of it, like Puerto Rico and Guam, because those are, like, territories of the United States, but not technically states, and then people just got, like, confused. But what everyone else said was that, do you know what the term contiguous means?
Nope.
So that just means, like, the 48 states that are all
Oh.
connected, so it doesn't include Alaska and Hawaii.
Mm.
And when people learned the term, like, contiguous states, they thought that meant the 50 states, and then add Hawaii and Alaska, so then they got to 52. I don't know how people got there. That's so weird.
See, I always thought it was consecutive. I thought it was the 50 consecutive states.
Yeah, that's, like, right after each other.
Yeah, so that's my bad. But I actually thought it was 52 as a kid, too. I'm one of those stupid people. But I don't know why I thought it. I thought maybe just because 50 was, like, such a perfect number that it... I don't know why I
But
thought
the flag
that.
has 50 stars. But you
I
didn't
mean,
know it.
I don't really
Yeah.
count how many stars there
Yeah,
are. But
that's totally fair.
Do they think there's 52, or just thought, maybe we don't like some two states?
I think people just truly do not know. Even though you get it drilled into your brain in like 4th grade.
Yeah.
And you have to memorize all the states and different things like that.
Do any of you, like, because in, like, 6th grade, we had to, like, fill in the map where all the states were.
we did.
Yeah, in, like, Miss Clement's class. We had to,
Oh.
click where all the states were.
Yeah. And it was like the online Satara thing.
Yeah. How did you guys do on that?
I have them all memorized now. Well, that's because I had current events last year.
Yeah.
So we had to do it again.
Yeah.
I did well on that, but I forgot it afterwards.
God. I always got 100 on them. I switched up Vermont and New Hampshire before I learned the, like, V thing for Vermont. But, like, that scared me because everyone was getting, like, 48% on it. And I was like, what are you doing? They mess up, like, Nebraska.
Like, how do you mess up Nebraska? We live
I
in
don't
Kansas.
I could understand, like, some of the very square states.
Yeah,
like,
Colorado
Yes.
and Wyoming, that kind of thing. Or, like, South Dakota. No, never mind. It says north and south. But, like...
See, that should be, like, in my mind, easy for everybody because,
Yeah.
I don't know, my family travels a lot, so, like, I feel like you should just know that. But it's the eastern states that I have trouble with. The
yeah,
tiny
they're very
ones.
far away.
Mhm.
And, like, that's the New England area, right?
Yes, it's more
Yeah.
like
The Maine and the, like,
Mhm.
Delaware and Maryland and...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all we have for today. So we're going to end the podcast here. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.